Yo, welcome to the New Number Podcast. I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in. Today we got a fire topic for everybody. If y'all see the bottom, we're gonna be talking about Shannon Sharpe, his $50 million lawsuit. We're gonna be talking about Kanye West, talking about sucking his cousin Peter Walker, and we're gonna be talking about Clarissa Shields on Angela Yee's show, talking about her life and how it was hard when she was younger, and her getting raped at 5 years old. If you're right now watching us, make sure y'all like the video, make sure y'all share the video, and make sure y'all subscribe to us on all social media platforms. Hold on one quick. Go ahead, Chris.
Yes, sir. Outrage Wednesdays. We got a lot to talk about today. Some things we've seen that is pretty much a regular occurrence when you look at the boule of the black community, your upper echelon, and especially with black men that get money. It seems I'm gonna get into a theory today, and I think this may have came from Tyreek Hill. Well, they was talking about infidelity, right? So you look at a guy like Shannon Sharpe, successful, got platform, got the status, but still finding himself. We talked about this in these trick positions, and I always advocate that you can't buy love and you can't buy women. You can pay them to be quiet up until that payment is not enough. How can a 18 to 20-year-old, because they start talking, if they've been in a relationship, quote unquote, 2 years.
22 now, so they had to start talking about when she was 20.
Okay, 19, 20, because you just don't start off in a relationship. So let's say 19, right? How do these seasoned men find themselves at being a victim in a sense? But I don't, some would label them a victim, some would not. How do they find themselves in this position every time?
I just think we've allowed women to not take responsibility. And since we allow women to not take responsibility, they put themselves, like you said, the trick bag. I call them marks. Like when you make such a large amount of money, fame, status, and you're dealing with a broke woman that ain't got nothing to lose, she'll come up off your name. It's gonna springboard her into the stratosphere. $50 million.
And this is supposed to be days or around the same time he was to confirm his $100 million deal. So it's a money grab. But the thing with these reports and these headlines that I find interesting is that the women in the position are never seen as the victimizers or the predators of these men. Because you can't just, I tell you, you don't just get in a room with Shannon Sharpe. You don't just get in a room with Trey Songz, the UCLA basketball. You in college. How you in Vegas over? How you get over here?
Well, from reports say that they met in the gym. Now, look, when Shannon Sharpe worked out, he working at a regular gym.
Ain't he ain't work. It sound regular. It ain't regular, dog. He ain't going to Planet Fitness on Lakeshore.
Well,
He's still going to.
Remember they seen Boosie in Planet Fitness too. So
Boosie and Shannon Sharpe, two different monsters, dog. We talking about Shannon Sharpe, dog. He ain't going to a regular gym. It may not be private, but it ain't regular. Because they said she making OnlyFans money, so she paying the premium because she still want her privacy. Let's say she got a popping OnlyFans. It ain't enough for a fan that's you right in my neighborhood.
Have you ever heard of her before though?
I never heard of her.
Okay.
Gabby Zuniga.
See, like even that name, like I said, you never really heard of her. So, like I said, she's probably getting the most clout right now. Of saying this, but I'm going to play some videos real quick pertaining to this situation. Then we're going to keep going because Outrage Wednesdays, I'm really pissed today because it seems like sex does more harm than it does good. And everybody seems to get bamboozled or finessed or hurt or taken advantage of some way, somehow when sex is involved. So that's what I'm mad about today. It just seems like everybody need to stop having sex, because it seems like nobody understands sex. Or if you feel like you're having sex, you better make sure the person can't come up off you because of sex. Let's play this first video real quick.
Yes, sir.
The first video we're gonna play is just I guess she was recording.
This is that snippet from their conversation.
Yeah, from their conversation.
Okay,
so she was recording, so it already seemed like she was already working a play.
You're recording it.
Right. So you could tell, she was trying to set him up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
It ain't funny, but it's funny that
and to me, this is my thing. I think a lot of people listening to this will take it as him being aggressive, but to me, it sounds like they role playing to me.
and this is a thing in relationship that do have a toxic tone to them. They make certain threats of aggression, but they're not serious. It's more like a I'm not going to choke you literally, but I'm going to handle you roughly, whether that's, you see what I'm saying, maybe from a sexual perspective,
Right.
or just cold shoulder. I'm not literally saying I'm gonna choke you, but with what we know what media does and why she put this out is to put the incentive on this man is threatening me. So
Right.
my other claim seems legit because I got some audio evidence to show you.
Right. And if you feel like this person is like this, why do you continue to deal with this person for 2 years and all of a sudden want money?
And this is a relationship that it's very hard for me to see a person in a intimate consensual relationship all of a sudden have these issues to this magnitude. Where it was assault to a degree.
Yeah.
Now you recording conversations. And this is my thing with like the Shannon Sharps and the guys that get to these levels. I believe guys work so hard to where I work so hard. Now everything else should just become easy because I got the money. Okay, I got the money. I'm this person. I shouldn't have to, you see, still deal with women that actually like you, dog. Like, and this is the elephant in the room. Where is her parents in the procession that she's dealing with a Shannon Sharpe for 2 years?
Well, she's not gonna tell her parents. Why would she tell her parents? And she grown. She out there, and then she already making OnlyFans content. She's already gone. So if she already making OnlyFans type content, you know her parents can't be too far. I mean, can't be too close to her. She out there in the world by herself.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's like it's only a problem after the fact. Where we say, well, you're dealing with these old, because they'll try to flip it on him, saying, well, why he dating a younger woman? And then it's also the ethnicity, because
that part
Shannon Sharpe has subliminally vocalized what his preference is. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of women took to the point. It's usually that's what you get type of response.
Well, one, we know why he dealing with somebody this young.
We know that.
So let's call it like it is. He dealing with somebody this young because she's young, she's vibrant. You ain't gotta listen to the old bitch talking about I'm an oven. You know, you gotta warm me up. No, she hot, she ready. You ain't gotta worry about her knees having to check engine light on. You ain't gotta worry about the oatmeal cream pie stomach. You ain't gotta worry about the C-section scars. You ain't gotta worry about her knees popping like 4th of July. She ain't gotta go get no stool so she can ride you or need assistance or hold me up or this woman ready to go. She 20 years old, 19, 20. Tight, tender, take the bra off, the titties still sit the same way. You know, she ain't got to wear a girdle or the quote unquote waist shaper. See, when I grew up, they called it a girdle.
Yeah.
Now they're calling it a waist shaper because it sounds
the waist triangle.
It sound a little bit better. Wait, it's a waist. No, bitch, that was a girdle to hold the fupa up, to hold the ass a little tighter.
But my thing, I had no problem with you dating the age group, but make sure they like you and it's the right. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I think
he going after this and she ain't rocking with she recording y'all conversation.
Yeah, but this is always my, and I know we disagree on it. He tricking. We can agree
We
he's
know
tricking.
he's tricking. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't need you to like me if I'm tricking because I'm here to have sex with you.
I never seen a trick story end with a happy ending. I never seen a trick story end with a happy ending. Never.
Do you know how many people then tricked off in life? And I think the reason that, and this will go back to the statement that I made to you earlier. I don't take these situations serious because it's been broke niggas and grab your ass before you ain't got no lawsuits to them.
Yeah. But
So it's been times where you done had tricks probably done made a happy end. I would argue probably more so than not. The reason we have these because who Shannon Sharpe is, because who these famous men is, they know they can capitalize off on. But I'm pretty sure there's like the tricks in the hood. Excuse me, the tricks in the hood. They had a fun with the girl and she going by her business. Like I said, I just think it's because who these people are.
yeah, but my thing with Shannon Sharpe is that, and guys like I said of that caliber, you seen your colleagues and peers go through this very same thing. What makes you think you're different?
See, this is where we always talk about the women date and think those same situations they're impervious to because it ain't gonna happen to them.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men feel the same way. I'm smarter than him. I got more swag than him. Women like me better than him. I look better than him. I keep my body up. So, I might have more gravitas or more swag or more game to be dealing with these chicks. So it ain't gonna happen to me. But y'all all marks. You gotta understand. She 19, you 50, 54 at the time. What do y'all have in common? Nothing other than sex, and you got the money. And then one of the text messages said, "Hey, you lose weight. I'm gonna go get your titties done." She know what's going on.
And also, you look at the process as far as how these come out, and then because you seen the suit, and then you hear the audio.
Mm-hmm.
These attorneys that are taking on these cases are coaching these women on how to do this.
Oh yeah.
When you saw the Cassie and okay, now the video show up. Because a lot of times, if you're under, if it's high profile, your attorney is going to have I guess you would call a close counsel with you, saying, "Hey, don't do this. Don't say this. Don't go on the interviews. Wear these colors if you're going to go out in public because you're under the spotlight." For her to just jump out and put this audio out, let you know her intention from the gate. But I'm saying, Shannon Sharpe is what, 50?
56.
56. So he would have started dating her at 53. Let's give or take 53, 52. You shouldn't be paying for pussy at 52 in America. With the economy alone, you can leverage your status to a degree to where
I disagree.
Listen, I'm saying for this type of guy, not saying the guy that just got some dope money. I'm saying for these caliber guys.
Okay, so then the question is, I'm gonna let you finish. Do you think since he's this caliber guy, every chick gonna go for him? Just
No.
Because he might have wanted her, but he had to go a different route. Then he might have to go with her.
See, he already failed. You see what I'm saying? He going in with the, well, I want her. You need to be at this point. You've built so much to lose. Seeing what you got now, because they saying you offered a 10 million, so she gonna smack you probably for a little more. That's not worth you trying to take the easy street. I would just go for a chick that actually likes me versus having to shell out 10 million, 15 million, and pay my attorney and deal with the scrutiny to my brand that I took so long to build. It don't make sense. That's why I say it don't never have a happy ending.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And like I said, I think I kind of can agree with these type of guys, but at the same time, I don't work and build myself up too on the same, if we talk both ends, all right. I work myself and get myself in a position to where I don't want nobody to crumble it.
Yeah.
But then on the other end, I work and put myself in these positions that ain't nothing off limits. Now, back in the day, if she didn't want to go, she didn't want to go. I ain't had the money to do it. But now if I see something I want, I want it. I will work, got myself in a position. I got the money. Ain't nothing off limits now. So I can see on both ends where you say I don't want nothing to crumble it. Then at the same time, I don't work to this position. Nothing be off limits.
Right, but again, if this play out, let's say worst case scenario, because this is a Caucasian looking woman.
All right.
You got this audio evidence that sounds very damning. Just from this audio alone.
Well, not to me, but to other people.
I'm saying to the court that's green to it. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to be worth what you spent and lose just for this one. When I can, again, it's a global entity, dog. He can go overseas. He can go anywhere in the world and cut down the risk of damaging my brand. That's why I'm saying, okay, I got this access and wealth. I want it, but I paid you couple $100,000. because I want it right now. Now I'm gonna have to pay you about 10 to 15 plus my attorneys.
Yeah,
That don't make it.
That's
Don't,
it. That's if you lose. I personally
Yeah.
won't want to go through the bullshit, but
just to even go through it and still having to explain and damage my brand to that degree.
right,
That the math don't math, dog.
you're right.
Just for his caliber.
Let's play this where his response is.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
So I'm gonna say this first and foremost. We got to stop letting women be able to get in these relationships with these high-powered guys and being able to sue them. That got to be the first thing. Secondly, we got to stop lawyers from being able to just throw anything at the wall and hope it sticks.
Yeah.
Because that's what it seemed like Tony Busby doing. Like he just throwing anybody that come with a good story and it sound close, plausible enough. He just going with it.
And this is, like I said, this is like when you talk about racism, where people make it seem that, well, racism is not a thing anymore. It's a thing of the past. No, this has always been a thing. When you look at these headlines, you have Hispanics, you have Caucasian, other racist men who are also well-to-do, who is just as horny as these guys we see on our TV almost once, if not twice to 3 times a month. All black, high-powered men. So we got to ask, why all of the only men that are being caught up in these situations are men of color? When we know other men dominate these industries who are white, Jewish, Hispanic, etc., all in the same field, but you don't never see them in these headlines. It's only black men.
Well, I'm gonna say this: even when you listen to like the black women that's in the corn industry,
yeah,
they even talk about interracial, quote unquote, interracial is only black men and white women.
Facts.
So that even that. Today in 2025 still has some racial undertone because nobody really want to see a white man sleep with a black chick, but there's always the tabooism about this big black buck. Yeah. And even the text messages that we got and the race play that they're doing here.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. And that's why I said a lot of people just don't understand sex. And if you hear this call, because to me, when she's got quiet like that, it sounded like she wanted to be like sexy little girl, come take advantage of me. And we're gonna read some text messages that Shannon Sharpe posted on his page, because like I said, they have text messages of her saying, hey, come put the dog collar on me. I want to be abused. Like they have literal text messages of this girl saying, I want to be abused. That to me also looked like she was setting up whoever came around her like that. She was gonna play that role, abuse me, be aggressive, talk to me like this. I'm gonna record you. So I've been setting you up. I've been had this plan from jump. Same thing like we talk about. Hey, if I got a gun on me, I'm gonna use it. If I got a knife on me, somebody here, I'm gonna use it. Hey, I got this plan orchestrated in my head. I'm on OnlyFans, so you know I know about sex. So ain't nobody got to manipulate me to spread my pussy open for some money. I'm already doing this.
Yeah.
Probably been doing this since you jumped off the porch at 18. So you already know, hey, a big dog come this way. I got this knife on me. I got this gun. And that's gonna be this rape case. I'm here, whoever with. I'm here, whoever. I don't think it's just because he's black. I think if she would have got another guy, we'd have had the same situation.
I do think it's black because black men have a stigma and a stereotype that we're just overly horny.
I agree with you.
And it's the racial to where this young white woman takes interest in me, or another racial woman, because my women, if you look at the surface from the conversations that we have on the internet all day, is that my woman hates me, or my woman is not a fan of me unless I'm doing something for her, or she come out the gate treat me like a trick. This woman know how to play the role of, actually liking me when she just playing a better role.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But these men get caught up each and every day. It's like they still haven't learned how to control the sexual appetite, one, and properly vet a woman who's really dealing with you, who really into you. Because what you think they relationship entail? One, by building a family or kids, is sex. So,
and that's why I say when we talk about tricking, I don't see a issue with the tricking aspect. I think because like they said at the beginning of the relationship, he kept trying to get her to sign an NDA and she wasn't signing it. That should have been a red flag that you ain't controlling shit anyway. She still, if she say no, you still deal with her. You got to understand, like, you ain't in control.
Yeah.
So that's why I would go by, like, what am I in control? Then we know NDAs don't really mean shit. Hell, Trump had Stormy Daniels sign an NDA, and we see how that happened.
And you 50 some years old going through this, dog. You look stupid.
You do look stupid. I agree, you look stupid, but at the same time, it don't stop me from wanting some young, tight, tender, want to fuck. And I get it. You said somebody that like you at that point in life, you probably don't even you probably so this is some real shit. The reason this relationship worked for somebody like a Shannon Sharpe, I'm too busy to find out if a bitch like me.
Nah.
I'm too busy. Now I get it. You're gonna say, well, now you're going through this. You got to go through litigation. You got to go. That take your time away too. But I'm Shannon Sharpe. I'm making $100 million. I don't really know these bitches really like me. I don't know if they acting or nothing like that. Because anybody that come after the money, I'm gonna have some questions in my mind.
Well, I'm saying that because I would think he would have acquired the wisdom to know this at 54 as being a millionaire from, let's say, 22, 23 to 50.
Let me ask you this. So you think when he dealing with an 18, 19-year-old, he think he's dealing with her because she likes her? You think he think in his mind, this woman like me?
Yeah. To a degree, because again, if it's just a trick, let's say interaction, them type of conversations he even have, it shouldn't even. What I'm gonna choke you for when I'm already knowing I'm just buying pussy from you?
Because that's part of the whole thing. Like, you heard of GFE?
I mean,
girlfriend experience.
I get that.
Like, so it's not just, it don't just go to the bedroom. Like, I'm paying for your whole life to be a certain type of way. Like, you got some dudes can strictly only pay for this hour to beat your back out. Then we got other guys that can drop a whole bag on you. I can pay 10 racks to get your titties done, but it's gonna be some phone calls. I need you to act like, hey, be a bad girl for daddy, doing all that. Go a little bit further because the money scratch a little bit more. So I get a whole different type of feeling, energy from you than a dude that got $200. Okay, you got $200. You come over here for an hour, do what you're doing. I get the fuck out. Ain't no phone calls, ain't no nothing. You hit me up when you got the money. Like I said, the lifestyle is just different. And the reason I know about this because I heard other guys like rich talk about this with the escort services and how they want to be treated and going further than just sex. Hey, I'm gonna call you, treat me like this.
I just think he went through too many red doors already to get to this point. Like I said,
I agree. Even after the NDA shit.
After the NDA is over. So now you on the phone doing this. Like, what are you doing?
Right,
at 53, as a Shannon Sharpe, you've been in the game, you've been around these high level guys. You seen with these all Micah Irvin, you seen all these your peers, and you still find yourself in these trick bags.
Let's read what the text messages say. So I'm gonna read out what these things say. So Shannon Sharpe posted on, I guess it's X, but it's a text from Gabriella Zuniga. Is that what you said? To Shannon Sharpe, November 23rd. I guess this is a lawyer put this out. 2023. I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and then marry you. Text
Shannon Sharpe saying this?
No, this is from her.
Okay.
Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, January 12th, 2024. That's my daddy. Fuck. I want you to put a big black baby in me. Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, August 6, 2024. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, August 11, 2024. These messages are just a sampling of a broadened pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by Zuniga. The evidence paints a clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that included role playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Ms. Zuniga. The edited tape that Ms. Zuniga secretly taped and showed Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray. As a result of this editing, and out of context from prior text messages that the sexual activity was not consensual. But Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all part of her plan to set up as a part of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. If y'all watching the video, y'all make sure y'all share the video. Make sure y'all like the video. If y'all over there on Twitter, come over there. Come over here on YouTube or Rumble or Instagram. Make sure y'all follow the pages. Make sure y'all like. And like I said, y'all put in the comment section what y'all think about this situation. But reading those text messages, what you think?
I think it's going to save him some grace because it can kind of dispel the audio.
Right.
Like this could be a whole role play type, you know.
And see, that's why I think he was saving messages too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
he playing this card, but again, just having to go through the ordeal and play this chess and spend just because you still got to spend money on this counselor as far as how to mitigate.
I agree.
And submit all this to whoever.
Because when I came in here, the Lauren from the Breakfast Club, they don't play their videos because now they doing a thing where if you play their videos, they flag you.
They do like flag.
Yeah. But she was saying that Shannon Sharpe released messages where she said, "Daddy, I want you to abuse me." See, so when you got all of that in text message, it's kink.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people don't understand. I know if people be like, "Oh, it's race play." Shannon Sharpe 2-0 for race play. If you go watch Django, your ass okay with race play. I don't give a fuck if Leonardo DiCaprio can get up there and say "nigga" for your entertainment, for you to laugh at Django. Shannon Sharpe can surely bust a nut while he digging out a white girl back and she called him nigga or whatever. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I think like I said, and this will go to the next one as far as sex.
Yeah, it's
so controlling and so powerful that it's people literally get on platforms and tell their whole sexual escapades. Like it's like they want to compare and compete sexually.
Yeah,
like, well, what this person did, well, I did this. Well, I'm gonna one up you. Well, I was on the balcony. You know, I was drinking 1942 on the balcony.
Right.
Well, I had a cigar on. You see what I'm saying? It's like a, I don't know, man. It's a crazy time that we in.
So right now we about to talk about Kanye West. This is our transition right here. And if y'all want to call in the numbers at the bottom of the screen, y'all can call in the numbers at the bottom of the screen. But we're talking about Kanye West now. And this go back to my point. Sex does more harm than it does good. Kanye West put out a song, and I don't know if y'all heard it. We're not gonna play it because I ain't trying to get flagged. But basically, a bunch of times this nigga said song in soprano that he sucked his cousin Peter Walker. Like he said he sucked his cousin Peter Walker until the age of 14. That is crazy, and that is homosexual as hell. Now I know a lot of people try to trivialize this shit. He was just exploring himself, and me and Kane explored himself. Let me tell y'all something. Trying something is a one-time thing, maybe two, but then to go far as to put somebody else's Peter Walker in your mouth.
Facts.
Is in fucking insane.
And he said from what age to 14?
I don't know what age, but to 14 it was a pretty long time. And then also he said he used to listen. I got it right here. So I'm finna show it to y'all. What it say right here. What he posted on his page. I'm finna read it to y'all. Let me read it to y'all. It says, this song is called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him he wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. What? This song is called Cousins, about my cousin that was locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. So he's saying his cousin went off the deep end because he wouldn't watch dirty magazines with him anymore. This says, perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when we were 6, and then we acted out what we saw. So 6 to 14.
That's 8 years.
Oh, my dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Jay, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. And he said that in his mother's closet, she had homosexual magazines.
Now, again, I always put my conspiracy hat on. Said when we do these, do you believe what he's saying is true, or is this a crashing out, or just a scripted? Hey, you need to put this out because you. What you think? You think this is accurate? What he's saying? You think he just venting?
Will we ever know with Kanye?
No.
So that's why I leave it. He says so much. And the crazy part about it, I don't know if it's trolling. I don't know if it's a cry for help. I don't know if it's just for attention. I don't know if it's because the album is coming out. I don't know a lot of things because of the antics and what we've gotten from Kanye West over the years, which makes it even more scarier. Because what if this is a cry for help? Now we just think you trolling because the song coming out. Now we think you just doing this because you still want attention. Now we just think you an attention whore. Now we just think you're an asshole. Now we think you could be playing on the LGBTQIA aspect and want to get endorsement from them. We don't know what angle you could be working from this. And like I said, if you're one of those people like just get out there and say whatever and do whatever, it kind of makes it hard to know if you coming to go into what angle you're even working.
Yeah, I just see these things because it's so detailed. You got all this, and it's piggybacking off so many other rants, just random rants. Like this is definitely, I would say, if it's not scripted, just to stay in the algorithm, because he did the swastika, he did the Klansman, he talked about Jay-Z and Beyonce children. It's just antic after antic after antic. I may be going a little extreme, but I as we discussed before the stream, I think he's trying to get himself unalived. Like a suicide by cop type of ordeal. I think he wants to have somebody take him, because I think he's dealing with a lot. Because those comments he made about his mother in the magazines, he when you look at previous interviews and he speaks about his mother, it's a very endearing love reverence for his mother. So why would you put out something that would damn her character to say she has homosexual magazines? That would be something she would have been into when she was alive. I ain't having a father. So does the father know this? You see what I'm saying? Why would you put such information out about your family, especially your mother, who in previous interviews you had such reverence and talking about how the Jews had her assassinated and they killed my mom? You see what I'm saying? That don't go together, dog.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I don't like I said, we just don't know what he doing. For him to be wanting to get taken out, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. That's you out there on the limb with them.
Because he going at the power. Look at the powerful. When you look at the scale, it's always, when you look at certain enemies, the enemies got to match. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Umar, Tariq Nasheed, they match a little bit. Thomas Sotomayor, Tariq, they match as far as on the level. So look at who he targeting. He talk about the Jew. He didn't reach billionaire status. So he didn't took himself up. He talking about Jay-Z, talking about the Klan. All of these entities that he go against are very, very powerful. He don't really go after no small fry. He go after people he feel on his level. So obviously, if he's on a high level, these guys are.
So you think attacking those type of people puts him basically in the crosshairs?
Yeah.
And you think he want to be there?
Yeah.
Because you want to be killed, or do you think it's because I feel like I'm the big dog? Or like I said, I go back to all the antics. I got an album coming out too.
I mean, the album is just to generate money. He's already a billionaire. An album ain't gonna really do nothing because his fan base still, but he's not selling 8 million the first week to where it makes a difference compared to what he's already built. What money he gonna get from this?
I think he just enjoys the music though. Like it's different if I enjoy. I think he really enjoys music.
I mean, I can see that, but
what else I'm gonna do?
Again, I think Kanye is a self-proclaimed martyr. He wants to be a martyr for not the hip-hop community, but just black men, just the black community. I think he wants to be a martyr.
But this is my only pushback about the quote-unquote being a martyr, death by Jew, or death by music industry, or death by whatever, right? You getting taken out at this point in your career with all the wild stuff you put out there, all the antics you did, all the stuff you said, all the people that you have went at, really wouldn't make you a martyr. And how you get taken out too gonna play a big role. If you go out like Whitney Houston in the bathtub with a needle in your arm, people gonna say, okay, that makes sense. You're not gonna go out tomorrow. They're gonna be like, okay, he was a crackhead. That's why he
Yeah, I think he want. That's why I said I think he want to be taken out. He don't want to go like by the suit. He don't want to do the Whitney.
But I'm saying if they do it,
oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Stage it.
Yeah, they stage it. So let's
think,
say you want to get taken out. They stage it like that because just think about it. I stage it like that. People just all the outbursts make sense now.
I think he put something out there where say I'm not suicidal. I don't do drugs. Like he even talked about I don't even take the prescriptions. Right. So he didn't put himself to say, hey, if I was to go, I didn't overdose. I didn't take drugs. I would not.
Well, now you say that, your theory might hold a little.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold a little way. You say that because he sure did. That was what? That was this year, wasn't it?
It might have been last year. It may have been 23.
Okay,
because they was they were trying to put him on that medication. He did a little when he lashed out at that person.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you ain't taking your medication. He said, I ain't taking that.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know, man. Kanye is very unpredictable. Like I said, I just look at social media. Some of these antics are so wild and brazen that the guy that you get them from, you like, this don't even remotely sound, it don't even sound close.
Right. I
agree.
So let's read what his wife had to say real quick.
Bianca Censori.
Yeah, let's see what his wife had to say. Oh, it's big right here. It said, I'm heartbroken. As someone so close to Kanye West, seeing his recent post shattered something in me. I admire his courage to speak on such deep, painful truths that might help parents watch their children more closely. But some wounds deserve healing in private. Not every scar needs to be exposed to the world. Yes, Kanye West had a troubled childhood, and it hurts knowing he carried that pain for so long, but wish he kept this one to himself, not for shame, but for protection for himself and his family. Pain shared is powerful, but not every secret is for public consumption. I'm trying to process it all.
You got an ex-wife who like finding out you done been sucking on Peter Walker in your words. Your children are going to see this. You see what I'm saying? This is why I say I believe he may be looking to get unalive because he's at the peak. He's always trending. I don't think a guy of a Kanye. I think he's a 1 in a billion type guy. He wants to go out while because a lot of times these.
So you think it's like a what's next type thing?
Yeah, because a lot of these guys, they don't want to just fade away into the black without their legacy holding the weight that they feel it hold. Because Kanye very confident and very proud of his works.
Okay, so Kanye gets somebody take Kanye out. Will he go down as a martyr?
Yeah, because he's one of the only few who's reached that level of entertainment that spoke against the people that put him there. You don't have this no other. How many billionaire artists or anybody, black men specifically, has got to that level to speak against the people who put him there? Not one. Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, P. Diddy's. P. Diddy ain't even reached the level of success as far as financial that Kanye made.
Right.
And he spoke against, and not even, he did it softly. Kanye went brazen.
Right.
Raw. Ain't nobody ever did that.
The only way I think it could be, he can go down as a martyr. If he did get assassinated or taken out, martyr, whatever, it's going to have to be some type of ties come back to him being done like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it's gonna have to be like maybe down the line. Well, we got breaking news that we found such and such, and they have the smoking gun. Like if it goes down to where he's Whitney Houston in the bathtub with a needle in his arm, or he somehow walk in the road and get hit by a bus, it's going to have to be martyred. It's going to be like to me. He gonna have to be riding down the road, 2 shots to the head, JFK style.
Nah, Kanye is very intelligent. As much shit as he talk, I think he's still smart enough to know this and to have contingencies in place in the event that this happen. If something happened to me, I got people that may not be in the limelight that can know where to go, get my memoirs, get this. Because a lot of stuff, he documented everything. He got cameras every time he go. His cameras around him. He got his secret security in the cut. So I think he got contingencies in place to where if something that was to happen to me and it looked funny, it is funny. Go here, go there, go here, go there. I mean, I just look at it like that. But it's hard to track to say, well, this the person who did it. It'll never be where they won't do it that sloppy.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it clean like they did with Khalid Muhammad, Malcolm X, even though the shooters from Malcolm X, they got caught, but they weren't the people that called the shot. They're just the hitmen. We're talking about the actual shot caller.
Yeah. Well, you know, they even like watching Dick Gregory. Even on that one, he was talking about how the guns that actually shot Malcolm X and the ballistics were showing that in that church where he was talking that it was other gunmen on top of the balcony where the
Mhm.
bullets came in. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what Dick Gregory said. So,
Yeah.
and it's even crazy because you know, just even think about Malcolm X or just some little stuff. Dick Gregory said he told Malcolm X, "Don't go because he gonna kill you."
Mhm.
And he said he got a phone call, they killed him. And it's crazy that so many people have stories like that, or you know, they get some information, or maybe let's say spiritual. Might be like a spiritual thing. You got just something in your body that say, hey, something off today. You
Mhm.
know, and we've all kind of felt that, and something didn't go as well, or some went crazy. Like damn, when I woke up, I just had an eerie feeling or something like that. So, like I said, that could be God, intuition, just the energy in the atmosphere. I don't know what you want to call it. I would just simply call it God to just
Yeah.
keep it simple. So you saying Kanye gonna be moderate? That's a good theory. He did come out and say he's not suicidal. He don't want to take his pills no more. I wonder with Kanye West what his church is gonna be like. That's the part that's gonna be because
Yeah,
that
and
oldest little girl kind of following his footsteps.
she's talented and she's creative and she's using it.
Yeah, like even going to pick up his old clothes and you know jumping now wearing his older clothes is kind of cool in a sense. But then it's the same. It's like your mama Kim K, your daddy Kanye, your granny Kris Jenner. Your mama got famous from a sex tape. Your
Mm.
daddy out here with swastikas.
I think they're gonna have the children gonna have so much financial wealth, they really wouldn't have a need that if she want to get out there in the limelight, be famous, she can, but the wealth that he gonna leave behind and has already provided, still paying
But I'm
100,000 a
saying,
month
but I'm
in
saying,
child
do you
support.
think they'll seem like they'll be a little crazy, or do you think they'll be coming out with the same antics? Of
I wouldn't say crazy, but they're not gonna be like your everyday children in the community coming up. I
yeah,
think their upbringing is very different, sheltered, protected. I don't think they're gonna be crazy, but they're not just gonna be running around with other kids and that. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
It may be college with the family. They're gonna be like the clan, like they run.
yeah.
It's gonna be like that.
Oh man, hey, if y'all watching, y'all make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to call in, the number is at the bottom of the screen. Call in. We're waiting on your call. And the next thing we're about to transition to is Clarissa Shields. We're
I
gonna
like
talk.
I like Clarissa Shields too.
I do like
I
her.
rock with her.
I hate how they done bullied her with all the damn makeup and changed how she looking all that shit lately. You been seeing them pictures?
Yeah, she been looking good, but like I said, I think she's a wonderful fighter. I think she's just a good woman. I look at her interviews and just
She
you
got
see
great
this
energy too.
great energy.
Yeah, I love it. It's like even though I'm a boxer and I punch in your shit, it's real bubbly, flowy.
Papoose won with that one.
Yeah, yeah. Until she punch him in the shit, because I think people like that they gonna exhibit some type of violence.
I don't think Papoose, I mean, even him, he a cool guy. I don't think he even exerts the energy to be like that. I think he just a cool, chill type of guy. I don't
I
think all
think
the problems came with women.
no, I'm just saying. I'm not even talking about it like that. I just think, let's just say me and you, or you date Clarissa Shields, you lay back, you cool all you want to be, but let's just say she known for punching shit. She punch holes in walls, bags, and shit like that. She might get upset and you might piss her off. Not even on no, just you might just say something slick and she haul off in your shit.
I don't know. I like I said, I don't get that from her. Like I said, just from what I've seen and heard,
Yeah.
I think she kind of reserved and she know when to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah. Well, let me play this video real quick.
All right.
Said that boxing saved your life.
Yes.
So being from Flint, Michigan, what was that like? And what was your life like before boxing?
My life before boxing was trash. I had a terrible childhood, from my mom dealing with her alcohol abuse, from my dad going to prison, from me being raped at the age of 5. I had my childhood was not the best. I'm just thankful that I had an auntie and a granny who put us in church and let me know that it taught me that God had my back, and I live by, Jeremiah 29:11, for God have a plans for you, plans to prosper you and give you a great future. And even though my life was so bad, we were going without food. I didn't have a bed till I was 17 years old.
Wow.
When I won the Olympics. After I won the Olympics, I bought myself a bed. But before then, I didn't have a bed. I didn't have the nice clothes, the nice shoes. I wasn't fed all the time. But like I said, I just kept the faith and just kept working hard. And now I'm the person that take care of my family.
And who got you into boxing?
My dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually, I started boxing to make my dad happy, like so he can live some of his life through me.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really like something like, oh, I want to box. I didn't even know really what boxing was. I asked my dad what was he passionate about, and he said boxing. He said if he wouldn't have went to prison, he would have been a great boxing champion. And I thought to myself at that moment, you know what? I'm a box make my dad happy. I didn't know that boxing was for me.
Right. You didn't know how it was going to be that lit.
Nah, like
It doesn't seem like
I
people,
like that.
huh?
I like that.
Doesn't it seem like people that have messed up childhoods or upbringing always seem to be the people that kind of succeed?
I see that a lot. I think it's ordained that way. I think you go through some certain adversity with that spirit she got, to where she wanna still walk right and not let her father's absence or misdeeds to get him in jail taint her.
Yeah.
I think it's a blessing and an anointing putting on those people. Like even your LeBrons, your Kevin. You see these people who come from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Where can you go? I'm already coming from nothing.
That's right.
It's only way is to go up. Even if you go through ups and downs in life, you hit. It's only way to go is up. If you want to go, you just got to go.
Right.
Some people just want to sit because it feel good to be a victim. It feel good to get that attention and sympathy to it. Don't, because you're only gonna get it for so long.
Right.
You can't cry forever.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, it's sad that we see so many videos. Like, it's gonna sound fucked up, but it's kind of almost like a prerequisite as a celebrity to be molested.
I can see where you're going. You hear that in a lot of the stories.
All of them. It seemed like I said, we had Sean T, we had Kevin Gates, you had your Mike Tysons, you got your Clarissa Shields. Like the list goes on and on and on. All these people coming out talking about, hey, at this age, 8 years old, Clarissa Shields, 5 years old. Like to hear so many people talking about that they had to go through some sexual trauma.
Yeah.
And to be that and to still make it through, like I said, you don't typically see so many people, especially a woman like that, still be that bubbly. But like to me, I think she probably fun to be around. She probably joking and playing, and then she around niggas all the time, with the boxing and stuff like that. So they probably get her more of like a home girl type feel too. If she ain't been fucked on and used that trauma to go out there and be like Oprah. Like Oprah said another one. Oprah said she was molested. That made her, be promiscuous. It's like we could go on and on. I don't know why it just seemed like, to be a celebrity or be famous, you gotta,
I don't know. I think, like I said, it's certain choices because you got the people who get that and they just grow up they may not be famous, but they turn into the same abusers that abuse them. Like you look at the R. Kelly situation, say he was touched, but they don't use that in this case to, justify his deeds. But
should that play a part?
Absolutely. There's no way. That's why, like I said, we have our frustration with the black community from black business trying to do partner, whatever. It's certain hangers and frustrations, but I know we come from a certain experience that don't allow us to fully operate in the manner that we would want to operate in. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like it's always like I got to deal with some type of fuckery. We factor that in a lot of places we go when it's a black experience. We factor in about 10% of BS that we know comes with it. Possible fighting. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna take a long time. Where we out of this, we went some spots. The service ain't gonna be all the way there. We kind of factor that in subconsciously before we go in there. So we act like it didn't happen.
Yeah, I guess, but then at the same time, I'm a person that believes in overcoming shit too.
I get it, but when you look at some of these people, when you talking factor in my childhood experience, right?
Mhm.
It's very hard, depending on what age it started
Mhm.
to the age it got addressed, not
Mhm.
corrected, addressed.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? Before I can say, wow, you need to change that. Do a 360. No, do 180. I know you didn't been molested. I know you didn't got beat on by your mama. Your mama put the iron on your back and all this. I know you ain't eat for 6 days, 4 days. You had to go through the trash. Like we covered them kids that was in
Oh
like
yeah.
DC. It'd be crazy to think these people go through this and just supposed to turn around and be like, I'm okay.
No, I agree.
That's insane. And people don't, we become.
So how long? Now, I know it's kind of, I guess, maybe insensitive of me to ask this question, maybe, but how long do we give a person that grace period to actually handle those childhood traumas? Because let's say you're 28 now. Do I still give you the same excuse as for your bad behavior as your adolescence, your teenagers? Now you 28. Let's say you talk about the black business. Now you 28, you starting the business, and you say you give them 10% of the fuckery. It might be hot, service might be bad, the wait might take long. You know,
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's not so much of giving them excuses, understanding who's in front of you, right?
Mhm.
So you may get a person that's 28 and never been told that this is a problem or this is what you may be dealing with.
Mhm.
No resource or outlet to even go and address why I'm rocking like this. It's just me. I watch shout out to South White Underbelly. I watch a lot of his interviews, very raw and uncut.
Right.
These are victims in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And you just listen to them, you know they ain't recovered. This their first time actually addressing their traumas at 40 years old,
Yeah.
50, 30, some 16. But the trauma been so extreme, it's gonna take a lot to correct that. I
Yeah.
can't just give you excuse. I could just say, hey, you know what? I understand you've been through a lot, but it's too much for me to try to correct. I
Mhm.
just remove myself because we too far removed from experiences. It ain't gonna work anyway. I'm gonna
See,
spend the whole time trying to fix you.
See, and that's the thing. How I feel about it. I feel like if certain issues go on too long and they don't get addressed, it ain't no fixing it. It ain't no addressing. It ain't no correcting. I personally, because I understand change in people is so difficult. The
Mhm.
change, especially to change your mind. The mind is a hard thing to change, especially once it's made up, right? So even so much so that we have people that understand that you got a Bible and you got a pastor. And your pastor supposed to align with the Bible. But if I like the pastor, it's really like fuck what the Bible say. But this right here is supposed to overarch your pastor. But they still, like I said, hey, I like this person. This is the person that gives me this feeling. This is the person that I've been coming to. I feel like I get, quote unquote, healed or touched to the Holy Ghost or be filled with the Spirit. Get this person baptized me. This person done so much. So now it's hard to change my mind after I've been doing something. I come and tell you, hey, y'all swag surfing in church and say, don't be like the world. Don't conform to the world. Well, they took the music out, the words out. They were just the instrumental.
We make excuse for anything that we don't want to let go. That's all that is.
Exactly. And so, like I said, that's why I say if it ain't addressed, certain things ain't addressed.
It's about doing an inventory. And I think it's just my background. I make sure I do an inventory on myself. Damn, am I moving funny? Could I handle this a little better? I always look at how I'm handling things now, even if I feel like I'm wrong or whatever. It's the way you handle things, and it's
Right.
like, you know what? I can address it and address it aggressively, but I can also, but then if you don't address it, it's gonna continue.
Right.
You got all these scenarios, but most people ain't gonna do that self inventory and say, you know what, I need to I'm listening a little bit more, a lot
Mhm.
more. You need shut the fuck up. You're talking too much. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You need to start looking at this perspective. Well, you need to isolate. You need to work on this. You need to work on you procrastinate. A lot of people ain't taking these inventories about themselves to say, you know what, I want to be a better person as I grow. People
Right.
just getting old and they drinking themselves to forget that time is going by.
Right.
I'm entertaining myself. I'm looking for fun. I'm looking for the extreme turn up. I'm looking for the next half, the designer bag, the Jordan, the Prada. I'm doing everything I can to escape having to address myself.
Yeah. And like I said, even just watching that, this because, and I try not to talk about people that I've been in relationships with or how close they were, because I know a lot of times they watch. But I dated a young lady, mother and father was crackheads. She used to tell me stories about them even having to share bath water. They were so poor they used to have to share bath water.
Mhm.
Sometimes you get in the water already black. What's the point of taking a bath?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, the mom and daddy going to prison, send your daddy pimp your mama out so they can hit some crack. Your mama being big as hell. You know your mama on crack or not on crack because she's a big woman. So she come around you skinny as hell today. Oh, she on. She big as hell this time. She off. You know your daddy. He here there slap like I've. And then I don't know. This is when I was so young. I was 19 dating this person. I didn't know shit.
Mhm.
So when I'm listening to this person tell this stuff, she was bubbly the same way,
Mhm.
not knowing that a lot of her past demons was gonna show their face later on in our relationship.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that is you come from a horse family, and I'm thinking the reason I meet your mom, I meet your dad, I meet all your sisters, but you're the only one that acts different. And someone gave me some wisdom, and I didn't really heed at the time. It was like she gonna act the same way. It just hasn't hit her yet, but it's coming. And I just thought she used to always say, "I don't want to be like my mama. I don't want to be like my parents. Whoop whoop, all this." End up being like doing the same thing her mama did.
That's very true, and I can speak to that. Like, I think, like I said, it's more like now it's a skill to simplify your relationship. Like with
Yeah.
me and her, how we rocking right now, this works for us.
Mhm.
You want to add some more stuff to it, you're gonna complicate, you're gonna fuck it up. It's
Right.
like bench pressing. Hey, don't put too much weight on that.
Yeah.
You can lift it, but it's gonna be a strain. You're gonna tear something.
Yeah.
Keep the weight light. This works for us. Let's work this, and then you build on that. A lot of times people I forgot who said it, you put people in position they don't supposed to be in.
I agree.
So if you can art on how to break down and compartmentalize certain relationships, you use this cookie cut system on all your relationships and all of them fail, you probably need to change that shit.
Right. I agree. And like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this: sex does more harm than it does good. We see it time and time again. We see so many people get hurt out here. So many people being molested. Now we got, like I said, Shannon Sharpe, being extorted, or if you think he actually did it, you think he's a monster. And that go back to another point, especially with the Shannon Sharpe issue. I don't understand how a jury can decipher between the times, the five. I think she said it was 5 times where he did something that wasn't consensual, and you're suing for those 5 times. And then how do you come to get the price of $50 million for those times being worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you put a price on rape? And then how do you want a jury or a judge to just be like, okay, the times you're in question are the times I can sit here and say, yeah, that looks like it wasn't consensual. That's weird.
I think, like I said, and I also look at them throwing them big numbers out because the settle price is really what the number is. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna price it at 30 because I really want to sell it at 20.
Right.
Make him seem like he got over, but I really got what I wanted.
Yeah.
All right, it's 30, man. All right, give me 20. I can get it for 20,000. Yeah, man, I just got him, man. I got him for 20,000. He wanted 30. Nah, I really wanted 20.
Yeah.
I just had it priced for 30.
So let me ask you this: do you think this is? I'm asking this question because I'm gonna tell you what I think. Do you think people should be able? Because what she's saying is criminal. Do you think people should be able to skip the criminal aspect and then go to the civil?
Nope. You got to go through the criminal first because we need to make sure they are indeed guilty first.
Right.
How y'all skipping straight to these suits? And we know that's why I say you only see black men, because this is my problem with us as a community, and just I ain't say community, just a society. You'll have, like they say, the police or whoever these agencies are, they get to just form.
Right.
We can do the same thing. You know what? Hey, black man, we got weapons training. We need 500 soldiers. We need 1,000 soldiers here so we get our own. We're gonna call ourselves the BCS or whatever, or BPS, but Black Patrol or whatever. The same way they can form DEA, ATF, ICE, we can do that. But they'll come with these things and we say, oh, we got to do that. Okay, no, we ain't going. We ain't going with you. The same way I felt about Bill Cosby. There should have been 800 soldiers outside that house. If you touch them, it's going down right here. And we got another 900 on the way.
Yeah.
Y'all, and this is all recorded. Y'all dictate how I play.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we just be laying down and just going for this. Like, no, you ain't finna I'm not showing in no court order. No, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
You talk, prove I did this, and we do the court, and I don't get arrested. I come to trial and we go through it, but you ain't finna arrest me, lock me up. I gotta pay you a bond because this woman said something with no proof.
Right.
Nah.
See, that's what I don't like. I don't like the idea that people like the rape shit law. That should not be a thing.
Man, you can't just say I did something with no proof, and you saying I did this years and years ago with no, and I just show up and deal with the scrutiny. And nah, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Come get it in blood. That's how I feel about that. Like, we just lay down and go for anything because we have an inferior position in this land that we can't defend ourselves. We see that with the Carmelo Anthony case. You can't ridicule or critique the powers that we know and clearly can see run certain propaganda campaigns in our community. We just go along with it and lay down and just keep getting rolled over. Yeah. At some point, the guy say, you know what, we're not coming to the court. We're not doing that. We're not no. Yeah. And if it's gonna be anything else, we got 1,100 soldiers out here that's ready, and another 900 on the way. That's how it should be.
I agree with that. Like I said, but we can't get organized long enough. Hell, we can't even party together with each other long enough.
Be drinking shots with each other. Next thing you know, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So, like I said, if y'all want to call in, I want to tell y'all, hey, today's been a good show. Make sure y'all call it. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video as well. Put in the comment section what y'all think about the Shannon Sharpe issue. Kanye West making a song about sucking his cousin Peter Walker, and Clarissa Shields talking about her father going to jail because I guess he did something because of her rape. If I'm not saying that he caused it, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, she said he went to jail because she was raped at 5. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know why. It just seemed like that's a prerequisite before you become famous to get molested or some type of childhood trauma or something wild and outlandish. Like I said, sometimes I think a lot of these people are like concrete roses. They grow and they bloom in places that you would never imagine. They come through circumstances like when you hear that story, it's like, wow, like you really went through. Like I think Fantasia was one. I think like when we think about it, we could probably name a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people, and that shit is scary. And like I said, dating now and being and knowing what I know now, it'll just be hard for me. So if I was single, just to be dating out here, because now I know, like you said, you got to deal with so much baggage that come with people.
It's just idle, dog. It's entertainment. Dating is a form of entertainment, and it's a form of escape for people. I got a bullshit. I tell people, if your partner has a bullshit job, and I always kind of leave a little seed. If your partner has a bullshit job, let's say they hate it, it's very stressful, that's going to come home. It's going to go home. Now, let's say if they don't have they're single, they're still going to come home and they're going to be looking for outlets. You're going to be in situationships. You're going to be going out. You're going to be doing this. Very rare are people going to use that energy to get out that environment or a situation. They're going to just use something as a Band-Aid, whether that's going to be sex. And most of it is still going to boil down to sex. If I go out to drinking, I want to have sex while I'm drunk. If I'm on a smoke, I'm going to do mushrooms. I want to have sex on said mushrooms or whatever. The sex is still going to be the end goal because it's the most extreme pleasure you can get outside of accomplishment.
I agree. Well, I got one question for y'all before we dip up out of here. The question is, if I'm out at the bar and I'm drunk and I meet a young lady and she's drunk and we go back home and have sex, who raped who? Y'all put in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think.
And I actually covered a story about this. Albert Williams in Kansas. This was 2020, maybe 1920. He went to is it Albert Smith? He went to Kansas. He was about to graduate as a journalist. Went to a bar that's by his apartment, I want to say. He met an underage white chick that got in the bar, but you got to be 21 because it's a bar. They went home. She said that he assaulted her, but he is no penetration. I think it was some foreplay, kissing on the breast, something like that. This man in jail right now. They gave the man 13 years because he met an underage girl who shouldn't have even been in this bar.
You say Albert who?
Albert Smith. Let me see. Maybe on my page. Type in Albert Smith, Kansas. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find it on my page. Let's see.
Former KU student convicted of rape and may get a new trial, giving family hope. 2-day hearing began Monday to decide whether a former University of Kansas student convicted of rape would get a new trial. Albert Wilson.
Albert Wilson. That's
was sentenced to 12 years in prison in 2019 after being convicted of a rape of a 17-year-old girl he met at Lawrence Bar in 2016. His appeals attorney argued that there was lack of evidence, including DNA evidence and proper legal counsel, and a biased jury, which they said led to a wrongful conviction. The 24-year-old was represented by a court-appointed attorney during his original trial. What we are trying to show in his original counsel wasn't effective. There was evidence filed very helpful to Albert's case. He never looked at it. There was evidence available he could have used and didn't even request it, said Wilson's attorney, Michael Whalen. Whalen said these hearings citing ineffective counsel and requested new trials sometimes difficult to obtain, but the defense team was able to meet all the required criteria. Meanwhile, the case is gaining national attention and causing a social media movement after getting support from celebrities like Kim Kardashian West, rapper Meek Mills, and professional athletes. Wilson's story had been spreading on social media using the hashtag Free Albert Wilson. It has definitely taken a toll on our family. Obviously, we believe in Albert and his innocence. We have an overwhelming amount of support, and said Wilson's sister-in-law, Nikki Robinson. I don't think he could have gotten this far if it wasn't for people pushing, sharing his story, believing in him. We are very thankful for him.
I did this story on Double Cup back in 2019. I actually covered this, and it was, I said, how is this? And they said this is Kansas, which is predominantly a white state. And this is the why I say when people say racist, this is racism and white supremacy. The way I got evidence, I don't look at it. There's no real fair process. This man met a girl in a bar, which you got to be 21 to get in.
Right.
That's insane. So what are we talking about?
Right. You should be able to sue the bar for letting somebody in.
You got to be able to sue the bar. Everybody got to get sued.
Right.
You're not. Come on, man.
Right.
And how much media coverage has this got? This didn't get no mainstream.
I ain't never heard about it. You told me.
Yeah, I did this in 2019. It's crazy. So he didn't lost 6 years of his life. Think about what he had to endure in prison as a quote unquote graper of a white woman in Kansas.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So he 5 to 6 years of his life can't get back. 5, 6 years of trauma, he can't just act like it didn't happen.
Right.
If he was to get out and they appeal it, which I think I hope they do.
So he went to jail just because she was underage?
Yeah, and it was an assault. They said it was an SA. But that's why they said the evidence wasn't conclusive. Like,
okay. I got you.
It wasn't confirmed, no sperm, no none of that.
I got you. And see, even that, that's why I say sex is just so tricky. Because you gotta have so much to show that I even penetrated you. And then, like I said, that's why you got to be clear too, because now, even with the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit, when they was reading out, Shannon Sharpe walked up to me aggressively. What the fuck does that even mean?
Exactly. Just
like we get to throw out all of these crazy terms and words that are supposed to just incriminate people that have no actual fucking meaning behind them, which is scary. He walked up to me aggressively. What the fuck does that even mean? Does your walk change when you walk aggressive to when you ain't a non-aggressive?
Nah.
Like
I can walk up subtle and get aggressive all of a sudden.
Right.
Element of surprise.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? You approach me aggressively. Like I said, Outrage Wednesday, that's why I've been upset about today. Just the amount of bullshit we allowed to go in our society, our court systems. We allowed to go in with our children, our family. We allow people to be exposed to. We allow people to just get on here and try to act like sex is this such a great thing. With hell, when you think about it, 90% of a lot of people's problems going to revolve around some type of sexual trauma, sexual mishandling, sexual misconduct. Now you got people talking about sexual assault. Like, what the fuck is that? It's so much that's umbrellaed in sexual assault. Ass grab, titty grab. He said something wrong. He looked at me a certain type of way, gave me the creeps. Like, we allow women to say, a man looked at me in a creepy manner.
That's crazy. Yeah.
We allow this. This is really a literal defense. Well, a woman can say, well, he looked at me in a creepy manner, or he weirded me out. Bitch. What?
It's only if you're unattractive now. You know.
Oh yeah. What Jordan said. What Jordan said at that time.
Yeah, it's flirting and it's sexual harassment.
Yeah, you got flirting. It said. She said if it's harassment, it's somebody at a trailer park, and if he unattracted, somebody at a trailer park, but if he attractive, it's 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Something she said. I gotta get the quote again, but it was funny. I was like, dang, that is a thing, because like I said, two men could do the same thing to you. Well, one you attracted to and one you not. It could just be something looking at you.
Yeah.
Now you flirty, bang your eye, and then you're like, he a creep.
Crazy.
Shit crazy as fuck.
Y'all hit that line if y'all want to call in. We about to get off. Saturday, we got a banger. Do I need to announce what we're gonna talk about?
Go ahead.
Saturday, we got my guys coming on. We're gonna do like a reunion. We're gonna have a little soiree. It's gonna be a little later. I think Jermaine, he gonna wrap up Status Saturdays at Majestic, so he gonna pull in by 8:30. So we look to get started by 8:30, 9-ish. Life before social media. We're gonna go down the rabbit hole of the transitions we've taken to get to where we are today, as far as what entertains us, what we like to engage in versus what we used to like to engage in, from the fashion, the food, how we party, how we travel, how we interact with one another. So I think Saturday, 8:39, y'all tune in. That's going to be a good show. The Legacy Suite is coming along. Make sure you follow Legacy Room Vintage. I'll be up and running in the next week, waiting on a few more pieces, so you can come in and check out some of this great merchandise that I have.
Oh yeah.
And I got an event on Sunday, May 4th at City Walk with terrific treats. We postponed it it was going to be on April 6th, but it was inclement weather. So we're now going to be doing it on May 4th, which is next Sunday before Cinco de Mayo. So y'all pull up.
Well, that's all I got to say. Well, I want to tell everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, make sure y'all be careful with your body, who y'all decide to give your body to. Sex, the older I get, the more I talk to people, the more we do podcasts and see the trauma that a lot of people come in here and sit down with, the more the celebrities get up there and talk. Sex, I used to think sex was something that we just did, but it's more and more sacred.
Yeah.
When it could cause this much trauma to people's lives, sex is definitely sacred. And when I see so many people get jammed up, hurt behind sex, that's why you should hold it safe and treat it as sacred. Treat your body as your temple. Don't let nobody just enter it and do whatever to it, unless, like I said, you're consenting. And even with the consent, you just never know how that's gonna go down the line years down the road. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, y'all make sure y'all go out there and get tested. Don't just let nobody you just meet in your body too. You don't need to be talking about you finna go get some prep and all that shit. Make sure they ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we ain't hit on their prep. Was that Tamar?
Oh, what you talking about?
I think she was taking prep. Tamar
she
Braxton. Yeah, because she was like the mean, she going through the day. Well, I think it's Tamar, if I ain't mistaken.
That'd be a good thing to talk about.
Yeah, she said I think she was encouraging it. I think so. Because she was like saying, it's just I'm in a dating pool. Ladies be safe. I gotta go. I seen that. I think it's Tamar Braxton though.
That'd be a good. But the thing is,
this let you know how reckless it's premeditated recklessness, dog.
Yeah.
It's premeditated at this point. That's why I say a lot of people, they choose to get, and this is very rare that victims are innocent.
That's why I told you. What I told you, I am more of a victim blamer than that. I think a lot of people.
I agree.
I think a lot of people put themselves in fucked up in these precarious situations, and then they cry, "Woe is me."
Yeah,
so that's the point that I don't like. It's just so many people are doing these things to themselves.
Yeah, it's self-inflicted for sure.
Yeah, it's self-inflicted. So Like I said, it's the New Normal Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all spread the word about the New Normal Podcast. Help us grow the podcast, the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the New Normal Podcast. We on X, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and we are on Instagram. I think on Instagram is New Normal Pod 20. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all like the video, share, spread the word. And if you want to support the channel, the Cash App was on the bottom of the screen in the video. It's a New Normal Podcast, and we gone. Peace.